are still sleeping on the highway and you are getting old. You are still sleeping and you are getting old. You have said no to your children without trying to know what they are asking you, because in your mind there is no money. Whatever they are trying to ask me, there is no money. So you have, Daddy, this, no, you don't even want to know. Why you are still broke and why the rich are playing a different game. Why? What if I told you that 1% of people controls half of the money in the world, and that you could join them if you could just change one thing, the way you think? Very important. This is not a fairy tale. This is real life. It's a real life. It's not a fairy tale. You could join them by just changing the way you think. I'm going to show you how the rich stay rich and how to escape the 90% trap. It's doable. Yes, it's doable. Let me paint my favorite scenario. Imagine in a room where you have 100 persons, and that 100 persons, you have a cake of money, and one person just come inside that room without noticing anybody, move straight, cut the cake into half, cake of money to half, take half and go. All of a sudden, 9, 10 persons walk forward, cut the other 40% and go, left with 10%. 90 of you, before you wake up from your slumber and start struggling for the scrum of that 90, of that 10% left, chances are that you are in that 90%. You are still sleeping on the highway and you are getting old. You are still sleeping and you are getting old. You have said no to your children without trying to know what they are asking you, because in your mind there is no money. Whatever they are trying to ask me, there is no money. So you have, Daddy, this, no, you don't even want to know what they want to ask you. You just straightforward no. I have been in that situation before. That's why I can understand you. But the good news is that you can change that circumstances, because circumstances is like stand instance. That's when you stand on things that circumcise, that surrounds you. Circumstand things, you are standing on things that are surrounding you. When you move, you are moving out of that circumstance. You are moving out from that thing that surrounds you. So this mind shift is what you need. It's very important. It's what you really need. Then, let me imagine. I'm going to give you I'm going to bring out the characteristics of those that are in that 90%, those that are in the 10%, and those that are in the 1%. For you to see that these things are scientifically proved. You can change your circumstances. You can change the way you think. You can move forward. These are doable. These are things that you can do. It's not a fairy tale. You can do it. So let's dive in. I'm going to start with 90%. So by the time we get to the 1%, we can be able to understand what we need to start doing immediately. Immediately. When I mean immediately, what we're supposed to start doing immediately. Because those that are in that 90%, the bottom 90%, they are the hustlers. You can hear somebody on the street tell you, the hustle. They are 90%. Guy, the hustle now, they are 90%. But those that are in that 90%, they are there. And the hustle. What you the hustle now? You are hustling, you are not seeing the fruit, you are hustling. You are hustling, you are not seeing the result. These are the what those people that are telling you they are hustling. Let me show you their secrets that keeps them that particular place. They need to shake off from their habits to move to that 10%. Very important. Many are stuck in a loop. Excuse me. They earn, spend, and repeat. Earn, spend, repeat. You will see somebody the day they pay the person his wage, he will move straight to the beer parlor, collect seat, drink, chop unkobi, eat a lot of things. End of the day, you don't get anything to show for it. The day they pay him salary, that particular day, his wages don't cut. If, for example, they pay him like, if na person where they do bricklayer, those days I do pay 3,000. I don't know what they are paying now. The last I paid was 3,000 because it was from 1,000 to 1,500. And then I paid 3,000. I don't know what they're paying right now. But that person will receive now, let's see, keep it at 3,000 for the purpose of this video. He collected 3,000 wage by the end of the day after struggling from morning till night. He will go to beer parlor and say, let him pay himself first. This young man, I'm telling you, he has family, wife. Some of them in this category, they have like 7 kids, 10 kids. Because their energy down there, the energy down there, they use it to release annoyance. They release annoyance down there. They go straight to beer parlor. Cack there. Spend like 20, like 20, 30 minutes. They order ICU, order drink for himself and for his friends. End of the day, somebody pay 3,000, he has spent 1,500. And then when he go home that day, he'll be going with 1,500. There's no food at home. No food at home. Can you imagine such life? So they will continue the loop. The following morning, they will come out and sit for those people that are looking for handymen. And they will sit there looking for another work. The following. So they earn, spend, the cycle will repeat. Has their characteristics. Maybe you're a civil servant. The day you receive your alert, you go straight. Say, boy, may I enjoy, I don't suffer. Is that thing that keeps you in that level, is the habit you are doing. May I enjoy, I don't suffer. Those that are in that 90%, another thing, they are afraid of taking risk. Somebody that has nothing to lose. Somebody that has nothing to lose is afraid of taking risk. They're afraid of taking risk. But you will still see them, they will take a very not smart one. They will still take a risk, but it's going to be a loud and not a smart one. CBS is an example. A loud and not a smart one. I'll still do a different video on that CBS. They're afraid of taking risk. When there is something tangible for them to invest on, they're already on the ground, they're afraid of falling. And they will still end up and they follow the crowd. Those in 90%, they follow the crowd. Another thing that they believe that rich people, they are just lucky. You see that person that is working, the Bible said that diligent hand will rule. The book of Proverbs said that diligent hand will rule. But a lazy one, you see that person, they feel like the rich are just lucky. So he's doing that, his job, working. thinking that one day a money will fall from somewhere and he will become rich all of a sudden. That's why you see them, they pray without planning. They pray without planning. How can you be praying for something and you are way off? Because book of James said that a faith without action is dead on arrival. Is dead on arrival. Is dead. Take it from me. Take it from Bible as well. So you see them, they work hard, but they do the wrong things. They work hard, but they do the wrong things. Then let me show you how the people in that 10% that came and took what they took and went on. Then the people that are in the 10%, they are called the learners. They are the learners. Yes. They always upgrade their skills. They always upgrade. You will see somebody, he's working in an organization, he's praying for a promotion, but he's not getting any new skill. He's not doing more than he was paid for. Napoleon here said that you have no right to demand for any pay rise if you are doing what you are paid for. You don't have any right. You only have right to demand a rise in your paycheck. It's when you are doing more than you are paid for. You are in an organization, you are just collecting money and going home every day. You are in that 90%. Before you can move to that 10%, you will start to ask yourself, how can I serve this organization better? You start doing more than you have paid for. You are on the right track of moving into that 10%. They don't just chase about money, they attract money. That's those in 10%. They don't chase about money, they don't chase it, they attract money. So you're supposed to position yourself to add value. Because when you add value to people's life, in whatever you are doing, people will reward you. Because money will be the byproduct, not the main goal. Because when money is the main goal, which means we are chasing after money. But the money is supposed to be the byproduct. So they just in 10%, they attract money. They don't chase after money. Those that are in that 10%, they use money to buy back their time. You're supposed to use money to buy your time, not situation whereby you are telling me that time is money. Which kind of time is money? What is money, Seth? Money is nothing. Money is nothing. Time is eternity. Time is more precious than money. Time is more precious than money. So time is not money. Time is more precious than money. It's certain things that you're supposed to pay someone to do for you so you can use your time and do other things. You do everything. Everything you are doing it. And you are telling me time is not money. As simple as when you're supposed to give your car to somebody to watch so that you use your time and do other things, you stay there, spend 3 hours washing your car. You tell me that you like to use your hand to wash your car. As simple as that. I was doing some of those things before, but when I understood some of these things, I leave those things. I use my time for important things, valuable things, adding value to people's life, impacting people's life, not spending it on something that I can pay someone to do for me. Time is not money. Time is more important than money. They believe if they grow, their wealth will grow. That is the spirit of those that are in that 10%. They grow, their wealth will grow. If you grow in your knowledge, if you grow in your wisdom, if you grow, that is where it happens. Develop yourself. That's why Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, that every other thing shall be added unto thee. Not go to sleep in the church. No, that's not what Bible meant. Not go to sleep in the church. No, that's not what Bible meant. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, that every other thing shall be added unto thee. Because you grow your skill, you grow yourself, and you will attract wealth. Then there are those that are in that 1%. This is where the game changes spontaneously. Because those that in that 1%, they think long term. They think long term. So you're supposed to think long term. They think long term. Those that in 1%, they focus on creating, not earning. They create jobs. They create value. They create jobs. They create value. Those that are in that 1%. They create value. Those that are in that 1%. They invest and they own and they control system. Than those that are in that 1%. They control systems. You see people, they are complaining of a particular challenge, a particular thing. But those that in 1%, they control the system. They invest in system. They are the people that you can see. So, for example, you are enjoying some of the fintech innovations. They are being created by those that are in that 1%. When there is a challenge, you start to cry. For those that are in that 1%, they will look at that challenge. They will say, how can I solve it? And they create a system that solves it. They control systems. So your mindset has to shift from complaining to offering solution. If you want to move out from that 90% to 1%, you have to concentrate on how you can add value. If you want to move from that 90% to the 1%, you have to start to create your own luck. Not doing Bet Niger.